your roof. Get it up, this is not a test. Get it up, gotta give me your best.
You never told me you could sing like that.
What are you so excited about? She's your replacement.
And tonight, when we walking out this movie, in the parking lot, okay, you know the theater it wasn't full, but what they had in there was some, it was full of gay people.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this is that movie.
So yeah, it was definitely their movie. I felt like I went to the wrong club tonight.
But when we were walking out, and I was going to my car, I heard, and I'm not exaggerating, people. I'm not doing a stereotypical gay impersonation, but there was a guy a few cars down from me with his girlfriends, and he was like, "Girl, when she got out of that movie, she went to Burger King." You know what I'm talking about, right?
You're talking about Christina Aguilera?
No, I'm talking about Cher.
Oh, Cher. What?
What?
What does that have to do? I don't know. I haven't been in the cool scene as far as these.
Oh, you want a backup dancer for Cher?
No,
you want a Cher impersonator ever in your life?
No.
Y'all kind of got the same voice.
I'm completely clueless. I have no idea.
Well, Cher used to be a little thin,
Uh-huh.
And if you look at this movie, she's a little heavy. She got a little.
Really? Okay. Well, I always.
She ain't heavy.
No, she's not. She's not.
She ain't fat.
She and I don't even think she's like really thick.
I think she's thick.
Look, okay. The thing is, I was not looking at Cher's body the whole time. I was looking at her face, because in this movie, Cher looked like a goddamn CG character. She might as well be a CG character by now, because her face is so plasticky. Like, it was hard to get any kind of real, like, emotion out of her in this movie, because I couldn't tell. She had like the same face the whole time. I don't think her face can move anymore besides her lips, which I thought were like, I thought that was done with movie magic.
Yeah,
just to get them to move.
Yeah, no, I don't think that was Cher. I think that was a Cher puppet. Puppets talk. They never change expressions.
Yeah.
They might move or more excitedly to show emotion, or they might cock their head a little bit. I think that was something that Jim Henson Studios made.
It might as well have been, because it really looked like either she was a Muppet or it was another woman wearing a Cher mask throughout this whole movie, which is really kind of creepy.
Yeah, she was smooth. There's such a thing as having smooth skin, and then there's the other thing where your skin is so tight you look like rubber.
Yeah, yeah. It's a problem when you can see Christina Aguilera's reflection, off her skin.
I know.
Damn.
It's one of those latex masks you buy like the Walgreens or Target or something during Halloween.
That poor woman. Because I was thinking, God damn, how old is Cher? And she's like, in this movie, she looks like she's, I don't know, like I couldn't even guess her age because her face looked so plastic.
I think she's 110 right now.
You think so? Yeah. You think she's about Yoda's age?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's a Jedi.
I know. I was like, wow, this woman. She, I don't know. I don't know who her surgeon is, but Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you who her surgeon is.
Stop.
Jim Henson Studios.
Oh, Jim Henson Studios.
No, we're talking about this for. You know what I got to say? Hey, look. Good for her. I mean,
she's still working.
I'm sitting up here talking trash about this woman like I don't love her. Man, I'm just being stupid. I really do love Cher, and it's cool to see glimpses of that Cher that I loved from movies like Moonstruck and even a drama like Mask. She's a little stuffed into those jeans, Because when they said Burlesque with Cher, I was expecting Cher to like start stripping on one of them swings.
Which is the strangest thing, because out of the two numbers she did, like the first number you see, which is at the beginning of the movie, she's doing somewhat of a burlesque number, somewhat. Not, she doesn't go all the way with it. And then the second scene you see her where she's actually singing, it has nothing to do with the concept of burlesque, anything. It's like a random Cher video for some crappy B-side song that she did that it felt really like shoehorned in.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem with this movie for me. You said it when we were walking out. You said, man, this is a big Christina Aguilera video.
It is the longest fucking Christina Aguilera music video you will ever see.
Really, people?
On the big screen.
It is, because outside of that, take the most trite parts of Showgirls, Chicago, A Chorus Line, Purple Rain, even A Star Is Born.
Which I've only seen two of those movies you just mentioned.
Okay, well, you've seen them all in this movie tonight, but not the best parts.
Oh, no. I mean, this was watching Showgirls without the titties and the sex. They at least tried to have a story with that. They tried fucking hard to have a story with that movie. This movie, there is absolutely no story. It is just people's reaction shots and Christina Aguilera singing and dancing up on stage. And that's it.
I mean,
really.
Because when we tell you about the story here, what there is, I mean, like I said, how much more conventional can you get than, oh, I got a club, but the club is being threatened by the bank or somebody wants to buy and shut me down. What are we gonna do?
The Dolomite.
It was every plot of a Rudy Ray Moore Dolomite movie.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to we got to save the club.
Yeah.
And so Cher plays Tess, the owner of this club. And there's this guy, this big real estate mogul who wants to buy her out, trying to offer her a generous offer because she's got a lot of overhead, and there's no way she's going to be able to pay her mortgage off and all her debts. So right when things look like they're about to go to shit, that's when Christina Aguilera, the old country girl who comes into the big city of L.A. and wants to
paint by numbers girl.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who's coming to look for something bigger.
The typical country mouse coming to the city to seek big time. I'm
gonna be a star one of these days, I swear.
Yeah. Typically these girls when they get on the Greyhound bus and come into town in the big city and they want to be a star, they usually end up stripping or being in porn.
Oh yeah.
But
or dead.
On a ditch somewhere. But being that this is a movie, and a very unrealistic movie at that, I mean, this is a fantasy. She comes there and she's telling Tess, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm from the country, but I know all the dance moves here. And I'm trying to tell you how to save this club if you just give me a chance, because I'm so talented that when I get on stage, people just going to be pouring their money to come in here.
Hey, Dave, cut it.
Hold on a second. I can do this.
And I think that it's sweet that you think you can.
Just tell me what you're looking for.
I'm looking for someone who can do the routine. You're going to make me believe that you belong up there. You want to show me something? Show me that.
All right. Which number do you want to see? I know every single one of them.
You know every single number.
Which one do you want to see? What's going on?
You were off the whole last half.
Oh, come on, Tess. Come on. I'll practice till I bleed. I know I can do this.
We have better dancers.
Well, we say thank you very much and goodbye.
Didn't anybody ever give you a shot in life? Please. I want this so bad. If you just give me a chance,
All right, God. You got the job.
And of course, she soon proves herself to be so talented that yes, she can sing. They describe her as having mutant lungs because she can just belt it out.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, because she's the only girl I know who doesn't ever have to use a mic.
Yeah, everybody.
Her shit comes out in stereo.
Yeah, everybody's using like vocals from a CD that's connected to like a booming system in there. Yeah. But she's the only one that's like, hey.
No. Her voice is what had the trademark THX in the back of her throat when she's belting out these songs. It's like there's no mic in sight. Everyone can hear it crystal clear. It's booming over the theater speakers. You're like, holy shit.
Now,
she does have superpowers.
Of course. Now, in the middle of all that, we get the other storylines that we're talking about. You get the conflict with the former star of the club who doesn't like this new girl in there, played by
Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell. She was known for that really popular TV show Veronica Mars.
Yeah, she was just in that movie When in Rome and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, she's doing a bunch of bullshit.
And and you know what? For her, it's like I thought they were really like building. At least her career has been sort of on a slow build up, but this movie does not help because she does play the typical cookie cutter girl who's jealous of the new star.
Oh yeah, she was the star before. Now there's this new blood in there who's way more talented than she is, about to knock her off her throne, and she
give
ain't
her nothing to do besides look pissed all the time.
And she does. And they
talk shit.
They do nothing with that. It's there to serve a bare minimum of a purpose. Mm-hmm. And then we get, of course, the love interest. We get the cute guy. What's that guy's name? Cam Gigandet?
Cam Giggity Goo?
Yeah, Cam Gigantor, Cam King Ghidra.
I was trying to pronounce his dude sounds like last name.
Yeah, he sounds like that somebody should be fighting Godzilla. Giganet. Yeah. Giganet. What'd you say? Giggity. Yeah, he's the guy that comes in, and you can tell that there's some tension between them right from the start. You know, he has a fiance, but somehow he's gonna work his way out of that and work his way to her.
I wonder how that's gonna.
Oh boy, no surprises there. And then we have the rest of the supporting cast, mainly of course the gay guy who serves as everything from the guy who helps to manage the club to the gay confidant for Tess.
He's almost like the mystical black guy in the movie, the mystical old black guy.
Well, in every movie you got the magical mystical Negro, you got the magical mystical old guy, and this we got the magical mystical homo. You know, he comes
played
in,
by none other than Stanley Tucci once again,
who pretty much plucked his character from The Devil Wears Prada. And he's playing the same character here.
And that's all I thought. It's like, I've never even seen The Devil Wears Prada, but I'm like, I know I've seen this guy play this.
Well, you've seen it tonight.
This same character over and over again. He's like the one cool gay guy that you always want in your movie. You know?
Yeah. No, that's the cool gay guy you want to hang around with. You know, even homophobes be like, yeah, guy's all right. I'm gonna have him over
hanging
dinner.
around hot chicks. He's never like checking out your ass.
Yeah, you know, he's a good wang man.
Yeah, he is.
You know, the hot chicks fly to him like a moth to flames, and he is a flame.
Oh yeah.
But and what else do we have in here?
Okay, this is the one actor who I was a little confused why he was in this movie, because he did absolutely nothing in this film besides play like
Peter Gallagher.
An extra. No, Alan Cummings.
Oh, Alan Cummings, who is gay, he's there just to be like.
To get money to sell tickets at that burlesque.
He has no real dialogue.
Not
Alan
at
Cummings
all.
has no dialogue. Alan Cummings should have had like the biggest role in this movie. He should have been the gay confidant. Yeah,
he should have been Christina Aguilera's character, really. I mean, they give him like a little number in the movie that was just silly. I mean, it really served no purpose. But I was like, wow, dude, are things looking that bad as far as just trying to find work? Because you think with a guy like him, they'd give him something to do in this movie, and they really don't. He falls in that category of actors we've seen lately who are playing nothing but small extra roles, really.
Yeah, and you know, and Cher, she would have liked him had she not had all the plastic surgery.
Well, you know, there's some times in this movie where I thought Cher was playing a guy.
I told Cyrus I'm convinced that Cher died a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have a male impersonator doing her right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's her.
That makes perfect sense. I mean, because there's when you look at her face, you're just wondering, okay, is this the Cher I remember from the Sunny and Cher days? I mean, really, how can she? I know plastic surgery can do a lot for you, but I've seen plastic surgery gone horribly wrong. But they're still managing to keep her alive. I don't know exactly what else is going on besides plastic surgery here, but it is a little creepy.
It was strange, and I'm telling you, man, when I saw Burlesque and I saw her on the poster, I was like, how the hell is she gonna do burlesque? She ain't gonna be able to bend a limb without tearing her skin. You know, she gonna throw a leg up. You gonna see her fucking skin just pop off like Hellraiser.
Even when she's belting those notes, I was like, wow, how do you keep it together with that tiny mouth of yours? Like, how do you get it to open?
That mouth, if you notice, that mouth hardly ever changed into a smile.
Oh, no. And every song she sang, I was ready for her to go, can you believe it?
I know, it's like when I was scared for her to sing. I was scared her jaw was gonna fall off.
I know.
But you know, man, out of all that story we told you, I mean, like I said, you can understand at this point there is hardly any story in there, and what the story there is just things that they felt like were just necessary to make a movie,
or to move the plot to get to the next music video.
Because outside of that, this movie they know where the money is in this, and it's all in those big musical numbers, which for some people is going to be great and some people is not. And I tell you, the people is going to be great for, like I said, hey man, look, people who love Cher, which are mostly gay guys, transvestites, drag queens, RuPaul's out there. All those people are going to love this movie. They're going to love the musical numbers, the opulence of the musical numbers. They are well shot. The cinematography in those, it is lovely. I mean, and it is
It's
there.
a great, you know what? It's great to see Christina Aguilera is finally getting her props because you know what? You really, at this point, you really do need a movie for that girl because God knows that Lady Gaga stole her whole act and done like 10 times better than what she could ever do with it.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, man, somebody must have had to somebody must have owed her a lot of money or something. So they're like, you know what? I'm going to try to help out your career by making a whole movie just about you, and about you singing. I mean, really.
And she's not a bad actress.
You know what? And that was the big surprising thing about it. I was actually waiting for her to really slip up, but she actually did a decent job. She did a decent job.
No, she can act, and she did what was necessary for this movie. I mean, her and Cher. Much of we're talking about Cher. Her and Cher were actually the best things in the film. I mean, they and Stanley Tucci. I mean,
Stanley Tucci. He was actually decent too.
It was amazing to see these people act so well in the middle of all this bullshit. I mean, in the middle of all this bad dialogue, in the middle of all these just really bad subplots. But I know that there are a lot of people. They love these rising burlesque scenes that are coming up in different cities. And this movie's not really burlesque.
No, not at all. That was the other shocking thing about this film is that as much as it's supposed to be a burlesque film, I thought anything remotely resembling burlesque had nothing to do with this movie, really. I mean, like I said, like even the last Cher number that she did had nothing to do with burlesque, and the rest. After a while, you just forget about burlesque entirely, and all you think about is like, oh wow, I just watched about 5 or 6 Christina Aguilera videos turned into a film.
No, these are showgirls. I mean, these are straight up showgirls. This is not burlesque. I mean, there was one number in there where Christina Aguilera did a tease because that's what burlesque is. It's not about sex. It's about sexuality. It's about teasing the sexual side of a woman and not throwing it all out there. It's not stripping, Which
I can't stand because I'm like, these are for girls. This type of dancing is for girls who just are too chicken shit to show their tits and ass. So either you do it or you don't. Don't tease me with this.
Now some girls would say
this movie is giving me the biggest blue balls in the longest time.
So guys, if you're in the strip joints, this is obviously not for you. You
go not showgirls.
This movie could be called cock tease.
And a lot of times it was, especially with Christina Aguilera, which I must say, she is a beautiful girl when she's not trying to look like Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. I mean, I honestly think she is a really hot chick. But yeah, when they start throwing on all that eyeliner, when you get Cher to do her makeup, it's like, okay, you quit making yourself look like an ass clown, and just
let me tell you something,
take off that makeup because you look beautiful. You don't need that.
Well, this movie, look, between the scenes that were for gay men, they put a lot of eye candy in there for guys. They made sure to show you that guy, Cam Guidra, whatever his name is, not only with his shirt off, but with his pants just duct taped pretty much to his pubic hairs. You know what I mean?
I had to leave the theater for a little while
because they were falling down. I was like, Jesus, man, it is not obvious that you're trying to give the gay man audience something to look at. Are the women?
Which I'm like, hey, go for it.
Yeah,
this movie's definitely for them. Man.
But the other thing is like, this is such a movie for drag queens. That whole thing about doing makeup, any girl would be like, I'm not a fucking clown. I don't need that much makeup on. But transvestites and then drag queens, they're like, oh, this is the perfect makeup tip right here.
Beautiful.
And like I said, it's not for people going expecting burlesque. It's PG-13. So don't expect any nudity at all.
No, not at all.
Which is like I say, burlesque is not all about nudity, so that's kind of okay. But most of the numbers in this, besides Christina Aguilera's kind of pseudo striptease, most of it is just them singing. I mean, there's a moment where you remember that scene where Cher comes in and they put blatant. I mean, this is just to showcase the talent of Christina Aguilera and Cher. Yeah. There's a scene where Cher is about to leave. And the guy's like, hey, we were supposed to do that number. You still want to do it? And Cher's just, and you think it's going to be a part of the show.
Yeah.
And Cher's just kind of like, oh, well, let's do it. Get it out the way. I don't want to pay. Might as well get it. Let's do it tonight.
We have to.
Yeah, we must. And then she gets on stage and she's like, nah, and she's just sitting in that chair. Yeah. And it's like, what part of the show is this?
I know. It's like she was singing part of the plot that was going on. I was like, is she singing the dialogue with, I'm not giving up. No, the club will stay. Yay.
I want to know, because I think this person isn't getting enough credit. I want to know who the horse is that's responsible for doing her vocals these days. That horse
Do you believe in I know, because it was so out of the blue, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Is she really? Yeah, she's just like Mr. Ed, you know, with a spotlight on him singing, no way am I giving up.
I'm telling you, somewhere there's a horse who's not giving credit for her lip syncing, you know.
Where's Wilbur when I need him?
No, you won't hold me down.
Do you believe in God? Wah, 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 wah. Oh my God. No, but I mean that's the point where it just got ridiculous. I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever the fuck is going on in this movie, you need to speed this up because, all right, you're killing me with this.
Look,
because I mean, the thing is, the other big problem with this film, the biggest problem is that it's too goddamn long. It was like stretching a little over 2 hours.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I don't even know what the story is. I don't know what the purpose of, besides everyone's hoping to God that this club doesn't get closed down. But I'm like, you know, close this shit already because I feel like I've been in this club for like 3 days. I want to get the fuck out.
Yeah. No, you see, there's not enough story there.
No.
To merit the movie being this long. I would say that there's probably, especially in the beginning, when they are setting up that these girls are lip syncing before Christina Aguilera comes in and says, let's save the club by doing real vocals. They do about 2 or 3 numbers that are so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're very routine, while good looking, very routine musical numbers. Listen, bottom line is this. If you remember Lady Marmalade or maybe Marmalade or whatever from Moulin Rouge, they took that and made a whole movie out of it.
Yikes.
And that's pretty much what we have here. And then they put little spots of story in there. And that's it. I mean, really, it's
bare bones. Really.
Yeah,
it's a bare bones type of film.
Listen, people, I will say this. I'm going to give, again, kind of 2 ratings here because I'm going to give my own. But I know the audience is out there, and I think they'll see it. If you are a transvestite, if you are a drag queen, if you are a gay guy that loves Cher,
You're Jim Henson puppet.
if you work for Jim Henson and are one of the people that puppeteers Cher, if you are a singing horse, you will probably really enjoy this movie because it is a good-looking film. When it comes to the musical numbers, I was really surprised at how drab some of the other scenes outside of that were, but it's not a whole lot outside the club, so that's okay. I would say see this for a matinee, not even full price. See it for a matinee. Anybody else, I'll give this a good rental. It's not a bad movie at all. And like I was saying at the beginning of the review, I really do love Cher, and it was cool seeing her in movies again, even if it was this movie. Yeah. Like I said, really surprised by Christina Aguilera's acting talent as well as her singing. I mean, a girl is beautiful and very talented. But outside of that, there's really not much more.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. If you're doing the 2 rental or if the 2 ratings thing, I mean, I might as well too because there's a part of me where I'm like, for what it is. I mean, I can call it some old bullshit. And I only say that because there was not much holding the film together besides just Christina Aguilera looking hot during some of her music scenes. But that was about it. Nothing that really was grabbing my attention with the exception of the scenes where Christina Aguilera was like, you know, there are a lot of shots where she's hanging out in this apartment with this guy and she's wearing like a T-shirt where her nipples are poking out like crazy. And that was the only time I really woke up because you're just waiting for those babies just to spill out at some point. I mean, I have to say that, you know, not only was Christina Aguilera great, but her breasts were phenomenal.
Look, let's not take it too far. Her breasts were not great. One breast was great. They had that one scene where that one breast was trying to pop out.
Yeah.
That one breast was like, I know this is PG-13, but I'm suffocating. Let me breathe. Get this shirt off me.
I'm sorry, but I have to give kudos to both of them. Only because there was that one scene where she was doing a very typical type of burlesque number, which I honestly wish the movie had more of that because she was wearing. There's 2 scenes. There's one scene where she was wearing a pearl necklace dress, which wow, and the other one is where maybe it was the same number where she slips out of that and she starts doing the whole feather things where she's completely naked and you can see like both of her cleavage where she's like shaking around.
Oh,
and
you know
I was
what?
just like, holy fucking moly.
Okay, you know what? You're right about that. There was a moment where she was performing.
Mm-hmm.
But I expected both those breasts to just take over the show.
Yeah, I
just
know.
get down on stage and just drag out on stage. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Memories.
Memories. Memories.
Yeah,
Memories. Memories.
Memories. Memories.
Okay. All right. You're
okay.
right. You win. Okay. Both those breasts are talented.
Me personally, as far as this movie, if Christina Aguilera wasn't in it, some old bullshit. Thanks to Christina Aguilera and her breast, rental. This is one of those that will be on my shelf at some point, right next to Showgirls, for all the wrong reasons. They'll both be hidden, but believe me, they will be on my shelf for all the wrong reasons.
All right, people. I think you got an all-around fair review of this movie. No full prices here, but we covered everything else.
He did.
All right. Let's get that singing horse to sing us out of this and get those dancing titties out here. Memories. Memories.
Oh, look, it comes Cher. Do you believe in memories?
Any questions?